Coach Val, let's give Coach Val a round of applause, everybody.
Hi. Well, thank you. Thank you for that awesome introduction, Sean. So I am so excited to see so many familiar faces as well as new faces tonight. So thank you for being here. I also want to thank Travis for not only providing the community, but also the opportunity for all of us to be here networking tonight, getting to know more people, or even getting to meet people. So thank you, Travis, for that. And so to give me the opportunity of presenting tonight, Declutter Your Mind. So tonight we're going to be talking about what keeps you awake at night, and then we're going to discover a 4-step, very simple but powerful technique on how to identify and eliminate those draining worries that are actually within your control. You know those worries that drain the energy out of you, right? So have you ever noticed that when you're late, you're gonna get stopped at every single red light that is on your way, right? And even better, you're gonna be stuck behind every single slow driver that is on the road that day, right? Yep. Right. And have you ever noticed that this happens only when you are far behind on your schedule? Right. So I gotta admit that being late is a pet peeve of mine. Not when other people are late, but when I'm late. So if I tell a friend of mine that I'm gonna meet her for coffee at 3 o'clock, I have to leave my home at 2:40, that's what I plan. And if at 2:40, the keys are not in the door and locking it, and then I'm actually not on my way to my car, I'm freaking out. I'm stressed. I'm a stress management coach, okay? I'm stressed. I'm worried because she's gonna wait for me. Is she gonna be judging me? Is she gonna be like leaving because I'm not there? It's like, what's gonna happen then? So I'm stressing out. And I know that this is my brain playing tricks on me. How do I know that? Well, 2 things. First of all, I am a person who allows myself a lot of time to get where I need to go. So that should be okay, even if it's not 2:40. But also I started using Google Map. Have you even noticed how accurate that Google Map is when it gives you your ETA, estimated time of arrival? So what I do is I get in the car, and if I feel like I'm a little late, actually I'm doing it all the time now, but I'll put that in and I'll say, hey Val, you're gonna get there at 3:01. I'm like, okay, well, 3:01, that's my friend for coffee, so I'm pretty good. That's gonna be fine. But if it happens to say 3:10, then I'm like, oh, crap. So what I'll do is I'll give her a call, and then, I'll let her know that I'm late. So these type of worries, if you think about it, it's pretty trivial. Like, I'm meeting a friend of mine for coffee, so, it shouldn't be a big deal, right? But that's the way I am. So how many of you can relate to, when you think about it, you have some worries, but this is really not important. That's pretty trivial. I mean, it's for coffee. She can understand if I'm a minute late. She won't even notice, right? Right. So on the scale from 0 to 10, and 0 being not at all, and 10 being like, oh yeah, totally, there's just a lot of it. How much do you feel like your life is affected by these type of tiny little worries that actually are not important, are very trivial? 7. Any other number? 0. Nice. Right.
Is there a problem if I don't worry about it at all?
Well, here's the thing.
The other side of the spectrum.
Right. So you might not be aware of these little worries that actually are affecting you, but you're through your subconscious, but you're not aware of that. So let me ask, how many of you around have had a sleepless night over the last couple of days or couple of weeks? Right? And so, so when you have, if you're like me, you can fall asleep as soon as your head hits the pillow. But then at 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning, you wake up and you're like thinking, and it's just your mind is racing. Or you could be like my partner, who minds are racing all night long and won't fall asleep until 2 or 3 in the morning, right? So what happens is your mind is not able to disconnect. Your brain doesn't disconnect, and you keep thinking. You're like, so, I have this project here and then the deadline is coming up, but I haven't been able to start because my colleague or my partner hasn't provided me what I need to do. What's going to happen there? It's like, am I going to miss the deadline and lose the account, lose the client, or even simple for vacation, or like, oh, I'm on vacation a couple of days. Yes, wait a minute. I heard that there is snow coming down pretty soon in the forecast. I'm like, I don't remember are they talking about a snowstorm or not? So, the thing is like your brain keeps going into there's a snowstorm. What's going to happen? I'm going to miss my flight. I'm going to miss my connection. Wait a minute. Is the hotel going to save my reservation when I get there? Am I going to go on vacation and not have a place to stay? This is how your brain is going, and you not even realize that this happens. So before I get to share the 4-step technique, when was the last time? Do you remember like how you felt last time that you decluttered a closet, a room, a pantry, or even the kitchen drawer, the junk drawer? Do you remember how that felt? Good. Right? So physical decluttering has benefits. So a clean space, it's like when you walk into that room in the morning and you like declutter it, it feels good, right? It's like clean, it looks awesome, right? It's easier to find things. All right, not everybody's going to agree on that because some people are going to say, well, you know what? I knew exactly where it was, and then I put it away, and I don't know where it is anymore. So no, it doesn't make things easier. But if you think about it, if you're like in your pantry and then you're going to go for that cornstarch, that is the ingredient you don't use very often, and now you got to kind of go dive into like 2 or 3 layers of ingredients before you get there. So when it's decluttered, it's really kind of easier to find things like this. The last thing is easier to make decisions. So you have that closet where you have all your winter clothes, right? And then on one side you got the summer clothes, and then on the other side you got those clothes you have not worn in 2 weeks, 2 months, maybe 2 years. And it's, either they don't fit, too small, too big, or maybe they're not, you still like them, but they're not in anymore, so you don't really want to wear them. Or maybe you don't like them, but you haven't been able to wear them, to get rid of them, right? So when you wake up in the morning and you're ready to get the dress or getting ready for a date, then you actually look at the clothes that you have right there, and it's easy to make that decision because you just limit it, right? So if you think about mental decluttering, has very similar type of benefits than physical decluttering. So first of all, it promotes relaxation. So mental decluttering is about releasing unnecessary thought and worries that cause stress and tension. So remember walking into that room that is decluttered, your body goes, it feels cool, it feels good. So if you think about all those worries are gone from your mind, then you feel more relaxed, right? It stimulates creativity. So if you're the artist and you don't have to worry about it, thinking about creativity from the artist's perspective, then you know that it's like having a blank canvas when you can actually start throwing those ideas and all that. But if you think about it from a problem-solving situation, like creativity, well, it's actually going to help you kind of those solutions are going to come up, right? The other one is what I call sharpen your mind. It's that when you don't have the distraction about, hey, that timeline is coming up and you're going to miss that, or that going on vacation, not having a hotel, then you can focus on that project that you really want to have finished before you go on vacation. So not having to think about those worries, then you can focus on that. And that one is confidence. It strengthens your confidence. So remember the decision making from your closet. So think about it. If every day you're able to make decisions easier, it's a lot easier to make the decisions because your brain is not buried with a lot of thoughts. Then you gain that confidence that you make the decision faster. More decisions you make faster, more confident you are about making a decision. And when that hard decision comes up, then you got the confidence because you know you're capable of making the right decisions. The last one is that my preferred one is that it purifies air. So remember, like you walk into that kitchen in the morning, it feels good, and so your body goes, right? So think about when you empty your mental space is freed from those worries, then your body is also kind of relaxing. And so you're able to breathe better. When you breathe better, it's got a ripple effect for your entire environment because the people around you can tell that you're mentally more relaxed. You're not stressed about it, right? So how do we do this? How do we do declutter your mind? So here are the 4 steps of it. The first step, put a timer on 10 minutes and then write a list of all the worries that you have. It could be the smallest item to the biggest thing that you can. Just go write it down. Some people are going to wait. They're going to stop after a few minutes, and some people are going to keep going after 10 minutes. How do you know when you're done? That's very easy. When you start giggling about what you write down, I think it's okay to stop then. We can deal with those worries a little bit later, right? Step number 2. Put a check mark next to every single item that you think or you know are outside of your control. And then put a star mark next to the one now within your control, right? Step number some of them you might not know. Just leave them alone, that's fine. We'll deal with that later. Step number 3, take the top 10, if you have more than 10, take the top 10 of the one that are within your control. So the one that I've marked with the star, and transfer them into a new page and prioritize them from the top being the most important one to you right now, and then just prioritize them down. Right? The 4th step, pick one of them. So when you start going through this technique, the recommendation is to pick an easy one. Pick one that you know you can solve very quickly, so it's going to be a win. And as you keep working through this technique, then you're going to do it more and more. So gain the confidence again because you got that win. And then create the plan. The plan is what is labeled that worry that you want to work on. What is it that you're going to do? What is the action step that you're going to do in order to eliminate that worry? Step number 3, when are you going to do that? You might not be able to do it now, but maybe this weekend. So put it on your calendar, block a time on your calendar. And the last one, so where are you going to do that? Hey, you might not be able to do it here tonight or whatever, but wherever you need to do that. The who as twofold. The first one is that you need someone else involved in that situation in order to eliminate that worry. So, name that person. And the second who will be, is there anybody else, anyone that you would want to keep you accountable for taking care of that worry, right? So one of the biggest energy robber of someone's life is to worry about things that are totally outside of control, things that we cannot do anything about it. So when I work with my client, we first focus on what is within their control by using this 4-step technique. And only once they master that, then we tackle how to release what they have no control over. So this is an ongoing journey. So if you practice these 4-step techniques on a weekly basis, or whenever you start feeling overwhelmed, whenever you cannot fall or stay asleep, then you can bring energy towards what you can change. I want to thank you for being here tonight, and I'm going to challenge you to use this 4-step technique in the next 24 hours. And please send me an email, let me know what comes up for you. My name is Coach Val, and I help people with too much on their plate strike the perfect balance between their responsibilities, career, family, and their hobbies so they can live a life that feels rich and connected. And I'm going to leave you with this tonight. Asking for help does not make you needy. It makes you human. Thank you.